2, 1. Okay. So I'm broadcasting on Facebook, and I'm waiting to see what's going on the good old YouTube. All right, we're good there. We're good there. I think the sound's coming through okay. Yeah, looks like that's working. Looks like everything's going good. So, just so everybody knows who's out there watching, I am also streaming it on Facebook. And at some point, I'm not going to be able to see questions on Facebook, just on YouTube. So, we got that going on. All right, is everybody getting me? Am I live? Oh, Rob, what a great question. Dude, heavy duty work belts. How thick of a work belt do you like, buddy? Opie from Sons of Anarchy. Well, thank you. Okay, so let's get to Rob's question. Okay, so you guys all see that I am streaming Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Heavy duty work belts. Is there anything nicer than a heavy duty I think it's like 1 3/4 or 2 inch belt from Klein Tools? And it's still one of my favorite belts out there. So let's see if I can pull up an image of it, because it is an awesome work belt. So all the streaming services has slowed down my internet to absolutely nothing, and I am plugged into a hard wire. Holy smokes. This is something else. All right. Guys, you can shoot me questions. I am running a separate screen for questions on YouTube. Questions on Facebook are only when I go in and out of another screen. Facebook does not play as nice with this type of thing as YouTube does. YouTube does a great job with this. Tools, pouches, suspenders, belts. So, Rob, I do understand that it's not an actual work belt, but this Ironworkers heavy duty tie wire belt is exceptional when it comes to quality. It's a true 2-inch heavy duty veg tan leather. It is outstanding, the quality of it. Now you can get all types of American made artisan belts out there right now, but this thing, for off the shelf, for what it does, I mean, you can't really get this through your pants unless you got huge belt loops. That's the unfortunate part. So maybe something from Mark Wolf, maybe something from any Western shop where you got a good guy that's making belts. That's a great place to get a belt from. All right, so let me go back and check the Facebook. Okay, I see you guys are on Facebook. Gentlemen, how are you? Chris, Andrew, stopping in, saying hi. Good to see you guys. All right, so you know how I always talk at the end of the videos, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I've been using Facebook a little bit more for stuff, only because a lot of the boot companies out there, some of the stuff they do for their area or other people around is just pretty outstanding. I mean, I'm not a big fan of everything that's corporate, but sometimes companies do a good job. So check this out. So this is in Merrill, Wisconsin. All right. I'll get right to that heritage boot question. So this is in Merrill, Wisconsin. And in Merrill, in the Merrill High School, Merrill is one of the factories where Thorogood is made, but this is in the high school. They're teaching the kids how to use the machines that build the boots. This is a great little story. I posted this off onto my Facebook feed, but just read through it and just think about how this is something that at one time was pretty damn cool. Uh-oh. Looks like the Mac just took a dump. Exit the page. Yes, we don't need to watch it. So, that's that. Just stopped in for a bit on the job. Hey, thanks, Cody. How's it going, buddy? All right. Having issues with the tongue. Okay, let's go back to Todd's question up in there. Like I said before, Facebook people, I am sorry that you're not able to see the questions. If you watch this on YouTube, you'll be able to see the questions that are coming through. All right, Todd's questions. Shoe and boot trees. Okay, Todd, shoes and boot trees. Yes. If you're going to invest that type of money in whether it's a Redwing or an Allen Edmonds or even something nicer than that. I mean, there's a lot of nice stuff out there that just doesn't get talked about. There's a lot of stuff I can't get my hands on that's really nice that I would like to show off to you guys. But yes, definitely get yourself some shoe trees. They're not a lot of money. They hold the shape of the boot. And I know a lot of you guys who have more than one pair of heritage boots do shoe trees. It's a great thing. So Todd, I hope that helps. Are they necessary? Yeah, of course they're necessary. They hold the shape of the boot. I mean, that's to answer the question fully. They hold the shape of the boot after you've stretched it and shaped it, especially if you don't wear that boot all the time. Now, here's something that's probably most people don't think about is that what is a lot of time when you're wearing a pair of boots. So if you've got 10 pairs of boots, you're obviously some are going to get neglect. You're not going to wear them all the time. So having a pair of shoe trees and something that you spent a lot of time stretching, definitely a good thing to do, especially if it's something that you really like, that you spent a little money on and that you want to wear at either special occasions or you just want to have around, to wear. I mean, whatever. It just makes a lot of sense. Shoe trees do make sense. All right, so let's see, what is this? You got a pair of 3600s and you're having an issue with the tongue. It pinches the hell out of your ankle where they're full. Any suggestions? Okay, 3800s. Okay, so I still have this damn cold. Sorry, guys. So 3800s. Am I mistaken? Is that the 8-inch boot? The 804 3800s? Hold on. Let me look this thing up and make sure before I give you any suggestions on what I think it is, because that's not always the case, right? Sometimes I think it's something and it turns out to be something else. Got all these numbers that run through my head of all these boots. It's kind of gets a little jumbled up in there from time to time. Okay. Sorry, with all the streaming going on at one time, actually getting outside internet access is proving to be difficult. Because I got everything dedicated to making sure the stream kind of works good. Eight-inch waterproof steel toe. That's. I just want to see how it's constructed. Waddy. I just want to make sure that it's what before I give you a suggestion on that tongue and how to either clamp that tongue down and squeeze it and soften it. I want to make sure that I've got the right boot that I'm thinking about. So, all right, so 3600, where are we at? 3800. Okay. Let's see. And just so you guys can see, I'm using Union Boot Pro for a reference point here because I just like the way the site's laid out. Most of the time, it's a really quick site, especially with their new app. it works out really, really well. Okay, so it is. I am thinking of the right. It's of the right boot. It's all part of that new 1957 series. Okay, so this tongue here up by the eyelids, if I'm imagining correctly, that this here is what's biting you. Let me grow that a little bit. Maybe not that much, but right there. So right in there. So basically, you've got the Extremes waterproof liner, you've got the leather, and you've got all that stuff coming together in one point. So yeah, I can see where that's biting you. Easiest solution to solve this problem is to flex the boot, is to take it off now that you're at the weekends. If you're not working tomorrow, and just flex that boot and soften up that leather. And where it's biting, don't tie it as tight. You know, the few eyelids before, tie these real nice and tight, and then where it's biting, you loosen it up and then crank it down above that. And eventually that leather is going to soften up. That's a really heavy leather. And that's one thing we should all be thankful for, because the leather on that boot is much tougher than the Seidel leather that comes on 4200 and 4364, 4008, and all those other numbers from Thorogood. That was a really sweet leather. They did a really good job on that by picking that leather. And it's going to be very, very stiff, but it should work out. Just give it a couple days. Where you said the ankle, just flex it around. All right. All right, dude, I hope that helps out. I hope that that works out for you. Okay, let's see. Next question from, let's make sure that nobody's asking anything over here. Nope. Facebook is good. Just got a pair of 814s, 4178 boots. The Crazy Horse leather seems a lot thicker and stiffer than the traditional leather in the Heritage wedge boots. Is that normal? Yeah, I would say that is pretty normal. Crazy Horse leather and Carthage leather and other leather products like that they make boots out of for linemen's boots and loggers and these wedge sole boots. That's good heavy duty work leather. That's not a dress product. Yeah, it's going to be heavier, and I think that boot alone is going to be much heavier. And just so everybody understands what we're talking about when we say that number, the 4178, let's pull up a reference point so everybody can see what we're talking about for this Crazy Horse leather. All right, so this is the boot. That's the Crazy Horse leather. It's a very, very thick, well-oiled leather. He can probably testify to it, Andrew, and just it's a super heavy leather. And it's going to be stiff. I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm just reading the back reading question. It's going to be a stiff leather. So, what's my favorite Redwing Heritage boot? Okay. So I get asked this question in emails and text messages, because when you email me, I send you out my number so you guys could text me so we don't have to go back and forth, because emailing's a pain in the butt. But let me go to the Redwing site. I'll show you guys my favorite Redwing Heritage boot. Let's see if we get the old Google to load up. Come on, Google. Come on, computers, work. Where would we be without these things, right? So I'm drinking two things tonight while the computer's loading up. I am drinking coffee, as always. You guys know I drink a lot of coffee. And it's eggnog season. A little bourbon and a little eggnog. It's fantastic. Okay, so we're going to talk about my favorite Heritage boot. Most people would probably think it's the Iron Ranger, but it's not. Let's wait for this computer to load up. Come on, give it a second. Eggnog. It's awesome. Dun, 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 dun. So here we are. Here I am. I'm on the Redwing site right now. Let's get rid of all this. Did you guys happen to see this thing? The camouflage wedge sole. I don't really know what they were thinking. I mean, I understand if you're a hunter and you just love hunting, but that's really ridiculous. That's completely on the nose. Why would they do that? I mean, that just I think it's just stupid. All right, come on, not to chuck us. Here we are. All right, so this is still one of my favorite Redwing boots out there. Yeah, I agree. Just completely ugly. The Pecos from Redwing Heritage. I don't know. Maybe it's the leather. Maybe it's the color. Maybe it's, you know, just what it's the sole and just everything else. I think that this is still the quintessential classic Americana when it comes to boots. I mean, I pictured, you know, James Dean getting out of his Porsche Spyder, you know, heading to the set of Giant. If that makes any sense to anybody, this is what I picture him wearing. You know, this is that, it's just pure Americana. So that is actually my favorite Redwing Heritage boot. And as you can tell, I've never done a review on it, probably because I'm very particular about it. Every time I'm in a shop and I try a pair on, I find all kinds of flaws in them and all kinds of things. And I'm just like, ugh, someday. It's not like the first pair you've ever owned. All right. So, yeah, I agree. That would be an awesome, the moleskin leather on the Iron Rangers. Mike's got a good question there. How do the Golden Fox boots hold up after 6 months? Mike, buddy, which Golden Fox do you mean? I mean, they got a big, vast line. If you're talking that new American stuff, I can't answer that. I mean, I had the first pair out there to talk about, and that was during Thanksgiving. So, I don't know. Facebook people, remember, you can move over to YouTube if you want to see the questions that are being asked. I'll try to read them out loud, but they are coming through quick now. So 6 months. Let's say the original imported Golden Fox boot, one of the first videos that I did out there, that boot, you know, as you can expect for an imported leather wedge sole boot. I mean, I wouldn't say you want to go work 12-hour shifts in it or anything, but wearing it around every day, it'll hold up just fine. All right, Andrew got back with an answer. Leather was heavier, it was stiffer for like 2 weeks, stiffer in the Danner Bull runs, and it looks fantastic. I agree, that leather does look fantastic. I know, it's a surprise to find that's my favorite boot out there, huh? Do I know anything about the Roll Clubs boots and Brian the Bootmaker? Have you heard of him? Yes, I've heard of him. I watched all his videos. I love watching his videos. As you can imagine, for somebody that loves men's boots and just all that stuff in general, yes. Do I know anything about his boots? No, I've emailed him twice and asked him if he wanted to shoot me over a pair so I could review them for the channel, and I never got an email back. I can imagine he's kind of like me. He gets, you know, a bunch of email every week, 30 plus, sometimes more a day, and he might just be busy and doesn't want to answer them. I don't know. I would love to get my hands on a pair and get them reviewed. There's a couple other brands out there that I would really like to get my hands on them and get videos made for them and just get some good detailed photos, because most of the time the photography on boots out there is pretty corporate looking. It doesn't show you the details. As if you're a true collector or somebody that loves footwear, you want to see the stitching, you want to see the inside, you want to see the way the liners go together, so you want to see that stuff. No. So if they do cost $900, okay, there's a lot of boots out there that cost $900. If you're, yeah, they're great. You know, he's a true artist. He is a true artist, and by being a true artist, you know, you got to pay artists for their art when they're true artists, and it's just something we got to get. You can't compare artistically made craftsman products to mass-produced stuff. You just can't do it. Let's see. What do we got here? Did you think the Redwing Beckmans could be worn with a suit? Do I think the Beckmans could? I think anything can be worn with a suit. Come on. Who was his name? The comedian who always wore sneakers with a suit. Not Robin Williams, but the other guy. The guy said, "You look marvelous, darling." That guy, I can't remember. He always wore sneakers with a suit. You can wear anything with a suit. I mean, if you're worried, don't worry about it. Let's see. Let's see. Nate's got a question. Who else had a question? Yeah, let's go back. I'm going to go back up in these questions a little bit, guys. So Mike was asking about any steel toes from Golden Fox. So the only steel toes that I have had contact with were the, give me a second here. There was 2 models, and I can't remember what they are now, but they're the dual density models from the Golden Fox company, and they were actually, I was surprised, extremely well-made boots for where they fall into the price range. When you think about that, those things are costing anybody $79 to $100. Excellent boot for that. Excellent work boot, especially when you think if you're a true laborer and you know you're not union or something, having a boot that's that inexpensive, that's made that well, yeah, I think the Golden Fox steel toes are good stuff. In a professional setting, okay, so Frank asked, do I think a suit with Iron Ranger in a professional setting? I can't even answer, Frank, I'm really sorry. I can't even answer that because most of my professional settings involve Delta table saws, Delta joiners, Leguana, band saws and stuff like that. And that's about as professional as I truly, honestly get. I mean, I'm really sorry about that I can't answer that better. Let's go back up. I'm going back up into the questions. And what do we got? Nate's got a question. I need a soft toe boot for summer. I want to get to 4200s. I did a lot of walking. What do you think of these? These will be good. Love the videos. Thank you, Nate. I'm glad that you love the videos. Do I think that the 4200 would be a good boot for the summer? Yes, I think it'd be a great boot for the summer because it's single piece leather, cotton vamp, pour-on footbed on top with a USA insole. It's got everything you need for the summer, especially if you're going to wear lighter socks. A great boot for that. So, Mumbai, New Yorker, the Thursday Boot Company, yes. Soon, Thursday boots. I will have some reviews on Thursday boots. Yes. There was a pair of Thursdays that I had my eye on that I'm going to get and review. Back to the slow internet that is right now. Okay, guys, bear with me while I pull up Thursday boots and show off this pair of stylish boots that I actually really like from that company. There was something else that I had in my Facebook feed that I wanted to show off to you guys too. I can understand that you've worn those 4200s every day since you got them. They're great boots. All right, Thursday, come on. What's my favorite boot socks? Okay, let me answer that boot sock question. Because my favorite boot sock currently is that Smart Wool PhD sock that I did the video on a few weeks back. I would love if Smart Wool would send me a dozen of those. Because there's no way at $26 a pair that I could possibly afford to, or even think about with as many socks that come through that I would even think about. But damn, is that a good sock. That PhD sock, it just, I mean, I really want to wear it more than one day, but I have some pretty sweaty feet and it's never an easy thing for me to do. Yeah, Frank, I've heard of those Wilcock boots. I've been debating on whether or not to get a pair of those for review also, especially with all their claims and all that other stuff. Do I have a preference for steel toe waterproof boots in the winter time? Let me get to that steel toe waterproof question in 1 second. So back to this. This Thursday boot is one that I want to review. They call this the Presidential, or the President. Yes, this is called the President. This color is outstanding. That is such a vintage, beautiful color. And I just hope it looks this good in person when I get it. Because if they don't look, I mean, I understand the magic of photography. It's one thing I truly understand. This looks a little magical to me. I'm very skeptical that for 200 bucks, I'm going to get a boot that looks that has this much quality to it. I'm very skeptical about that, but I have to find out. And it's got a lot of, the lifestyle images that they choose, stuff like this. I mean, of course, this doesn't fit my style, but I like the boot. I like what I see in the construction on it. So this part I really like too. I like the heels. I like this back of the boot, the heel cup, and all that other stuff that's going on. I really like that. All right, so let's get to a work question here. Preference: steel toe work boots, waterproof. For the winter, for the summer, I would really like to divide that question into 2 seasons because of how the seasons work. All right, so actual steel toe in the summertime. If I had to wear metal toes, and let's just take away metal. Let's just take away steel. Let's just say metal toes. Aluminum toes in the summertime. Anything from Keen. Any of the Keen boots are awesome. Everything that Keen makes with the asymmetrical safety toe is an awesome boot, and it's the perfect summer boot. As we move into winter, though, and if we're going to talk strictly a work boot, Timberland has pretty much got everybody beat when it comes to comfortable winter boots. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Timberland for winter, they understand. They understand the difference between insulation. They go 400, they go 600, they go 1,000. They use heavy duty leather. They use polypropylene liners. They use composite toes and all their winter stuff. They're not chainsaw boots, but they are great boots. So, Mike, I hope that helps out a little bit with that question. Summertime, safety shoes, aluminum toes, Keen 6-inch, the Braddock, I'm just totally slipping on names of the boots right now. But wintertime, Timberland. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Oh, cool. Hey, I'm glad you ordered a pair of Allen Edmonds. They are great. My biggest boot investment yet. Well, if you didn't nail in the size, you'll get there. You can send them back. You can go back and forth. But just remember to try both boots on. Take them out of the box. Get 2 different pairs of socks. Try them on with thin socks. Try them on with heavy socks. Walk around the house. Who makes the best bootlaces? Josh, I am still using paracord in my boots. And I mean, I got so many laces laying around. I don't know who makes the best. I was supposed to get a shipment from a new lace company like a week ago. They're supposed to send me out a bunch of laces, and I mean a bunch of laces so I could offer a giveaway, and then you guys could tell me whether they were good or not. Has not shown up yet. There we go. Mark's got an answer for you. So, summer socks. Now, this might blow your mind, and I'm going to say this, but I spent the whole summer wearing wool socks from Smartwool. And I have to say that wool in the summertime is not hot at all. It is a natural fiber that does natural things for the body. And it kept my feet dry. Usually my feet dry out for some stupid reason in the summertime. Maybe it's because I actually wear boots all year round, and I don't wear anything insulated in the summertime. I wear Western boots in the summertime, and you can just imagine. My Western boots are pretty nice. I've got really nice cowhide on the inside, thin cowhide, so having that wool sock in there was a really nice deal. Now, in the tactical boots lately, I've been wearing a wool polypropylene mix of a sock, and I am happy with the way it fits and feels. And it's been extremely warm in Chicago. So I'm not going to say it's like summertime, but it is pretty uncomfortable it being December, and it was 60 degrees today. So as the season progresses, as we get closer to summer, I'll start doing more reviews on summer socks. I'll start doing more sock reviews. Trust me, I have to, because it's always a question that comes up. Trekking boots. Merrell or Timberland? Go with Merrell. Merrell's a outdoor company. Merrell's the company that invented the Jungle Mock. They understand trekking and being outdoors. Timberland to me is still just when it comes to Timberland Tree, I don't think you're talking about Timberland Pro. They're still just they're a fashion company. Merrell's still their core idea is still the outdoors. Opinion on the Doc Marten 1460s. Got a pair cheap in their Crazy Horse leather. I think everybody knows my opinion on Doc Martens, right? I mean, come on. All that video that I did for Doc Martens and all the backlash I got. How many hipsters out there? And I'm going to use the word hipster. And they're not hipsters like hipsters were when I was a kid. They're different types of hipsters. How many of those hipsters gave me shit about my opinion on that damn boot? A lot. And it was silly. I don't like the 1460s. I don't like anything from Doc Marten. I really wish that Doc Marten would have answered my emails and sent me a pair of their UK-made boots so I could redeem that video, but they haven't. They haven't at all. But, hey, if you got a pair cheap of Crazy Horse leather 1460s, go to town, man. Enjoy them. Beat them up, right? I can imagine that boot made in Crazy Horse leather would be a great welding boot with some leather laces in there. Crazy Horse leather is great for welding. You put a bunch of oil into it, and that veggie sole that Doc Marten comes with would be great. Yeah, merino wool socks have no disadvantage whatsoever. They are great. Oh, Prince Harry wears 1460s and a Barbaro jacket. You know, unfortunately, because I've been reading Google a lot, I know who Prince Harry is, but up until about 2 weeks ago, I would have had no idea if we were in conversation and you said that Prince Harry wears that. I would have thought that Prince Harry was a rapper or somebody that's into hip hop, like, oh, it's Prince Harry and 2 Chainz or something like that. I'm glad that he wears Barbaro. I have a Barbaro hunting vest, and I love my Barbaro hunting vest. Mike, you don't have to deal with cold weather. Yeah, but cold weather is different for you guys in Southern California. You know, what is it, 65 degrees at night, and if you're in the desert, it's down to 55? That's cold if you're not used to it. I hear a lot of good things about Darn Tough socks. I'm going to have to start investigating it. I mean, I hear a lot of great first-hand accounts on those, and I think Darn Tough is going to warrant a few reviews in this coming year, as a lot of brands are. How can you not love Filson gear, guys? I mean, come on. Filson is like core fly fishing. It's core, you know, that whole idea of wax cotton fly fishing, wearing a krill in order to keep your catch in. That's Filson. That's what I think of Filson. I know a lot of guys look at Filson and they think upland bird hunting and stuff like that, but I still see Filson as trout fishing, as, you know, throwing dry flies, and that's just all about Filson. I think maybe I need to switch over to the eggnog. You paid $40 for a pair of Doc Martens. I'm sorry, I'm going back into the questions right now, but you paid $40 for that? Wow, that's really cheap. Well, thank you. I'm glad you love my videos, and I love making them. I actually do. I love spending the time making the videos. It's very enjoyable. I wish I could say I love saddleback bags also. Saddleback doesn't make anything that appropriately holds the things that I need to hold. Um, if all I had to carry was regular everyday work stuff, I would definitely carry a saddleback every day. I tried using one as a camera bag. My main camera is just a beast. I mean, it's huge and it just doesn't work well. They didn't work well for me at all. Better than Smart Wool. Okay, Frank. I'm gonna find out, and I'm gonna have to hold you to this. We'll find out just how great these darn toughs are, if they're darn tough. Boy, I can't. Okay, everything has sped up. This is cool. I'm cooking at a good CPU speed. I think if I was a gamer, I'd be more impressed, but I'm not a gamer. All right, so there was something else I wanted to. Mumbai, no, I've actually just picked up a new camera bag for myself, something that's a little less conspicuous. It is a Vanguard. It's a very, very, very nice bag. It holds everything I need it to hold, and then more. It's a Havana 38. It's outstanding when you think about camera bags. I mean, I've looked over every shoulder bag. I have to carry a shoulder bag for some reason. I don't like backpacks. So, here. Did you guys, I don't know how many of you guys out there right now, would even care about this, but so on my Facebook feed, I shared this video from the Ironworkers Political Action League video of Eric Dean, just talking about preserving like the workers and not letting things go away. Great little video. Great little video. What was my first pair of boots? Oh man. Okay, Josh, that's a good personal question. I don't do well with personal questions. I'm just kidding. I do great with personal questions. Monkey boots. Actually, probably they weren't monkey boots. I have to say, I mean, because I grew up in kind of an outdoors type family, so it had been some sort of outdoor boots when I was a kid. But the first pair of boots that I bought with my own money, pair of monkey boots out of the back of Thrasher magazine. So, hold on. I'm missing some questions here. I'm sorry, guys. New Thorogood waterproof mock toe versus a Redwing classic mock toe. Which one do I prefer? I'm going to go with that 36 or 8600 over any of the Redwings. Unless we're talking Redwing wing shooters, I do really like the wing shooter. But I am definitely going to just go with the 1950, is it 1957 series? I might be completely wrong on that. Yeah, the 1957 series from Thorogood, those new 36 and 8600 boots. They are really nice. You can tell a lot of work and a lot of thought went into making those boots, copying those old patterns and doing that. So what do I think about the Altai hunting boots for hunting? I'm loving that boot, man. I am completely loving that boot. That Altai tactical boot, which is actually a hunting boot that I've been wearing now for the last 2 weeks. Totally loving them. totally. The heel cup has collapsed around my heel, so usually when you wear a boot long enough, the heel starts to shape and fold a little bit better. Completely done it. I took a 4-hour hike in that thing. I mean, I walked through everything. I swamped it. I did everything I could. I was completely dry at the end of the hike. I loved it. I mean, you know, they're really nice boots. I'm really impressed with that super fabric. So should you order them for hunting? I wouldn't say no. I mean, if we were sitting at a bar drinking right now and you looked down at my feet and you saw what I had on and you said, what do I think? I'd tell you great things about it. And if you order the pair off your phone, I'd be like, hell yeah. I think you'll enjoy them too. So have I tried the Superfeet boot inserts? Just bought wool-lined insoles. I have not used them yet in my Redwing 8-inch 400-gram Thinsulate Gore. Superfeets. So I have not bought anything from Superfeets. Superfeets is usually, in my opinion, Superfeet insoles are for people with planters, for people with heel spurs, for people that have high, low arches and stuff like that. I haven't needed anything like that in any of my footwear yet. Now, here in Chicago, we have a great running store, and I always tell people to go to this place, and mainly because of just the service that they have there. Actually, there's more than one. There's a few of them in Chicago, but because I'm here on the north side, I've just had access to this one. Hold on, I'm waiting for the slow Google to load. Of course they're closed now. Why would I think they'd be open, Google? So, back to split screen, bam. So we have this place called Fleet Feet, and I have spent not a lot of time, but I used to go there a lot. I used to live in this area where this one's at in Lincoln Square. These guys are really professional. I gotta say, these are some professional dudes that work here. They really care about your feet and running. And I'm gonna back that up. They really care about your feet. So they understand things about your feet that you're not gonna get shopping anywhere else. And they carry Superfeets. And just from experience of being in there, man, having somebody fit you to a pair of Superfeets is important. With as many different models as they make, that would really, really help out. So what do I think about it? I think if you've been fitted to them and you're going to put them inside your boots, awesome. Very awesome. Do I know of any engineer boots with a Christie wedge sole? Nope, I don't, but guess what? You should definitely buy a pair, chop the sole off, and put one on. Especially a black Christie wedge with red stitching. That would be tough. Very tough. What do I think about Iron Age boots? Iron Age is a very good, mediocre company. It's part of the same company that owns Reebok workwear and all that other stuff. It all falls under the same umbrella. It's good stuff. They usually have them on work trucks that come into your place of employment, and they put you out on a stipend and you can pick out boots. So yeah, Iron Age is good. There is some stuff that comes out of the company that's a little shady. Not a little shady, a little less than perfect, but what are you going to do? They're good, cheap boots. Okay, Hunter or Burberry rain boots? Dude, you're always going to go with Hunter. The Hunter boots are real boots. Burberry rain boots, I can't suggest any place in Seattle for you to go buy footwear because I'm in Chicago. If you were coming to Chicago, I could give you a list of places to go buy casual or work footwear, but I know nothing of Seattle. Red Ox bags from Billings, Montana. I have not heard of Red Ox, but we are all going to hear of Red Ox right now because that sounds interesting. Here we go. Well, they are interesting, aren't they? Hold on, let's dump this. Hold on, guys. We're going to dump that off, and we're going to go split this screen. Red Ox bags. Okay. That's some pretty cool stuff. Nice and square. Nice handles. Looks like it's made out of Cordura. Looks like it's got polypropylene liners. Heavy duty hardware. Let's see. Let's scroll through this sidebar if the internets will let me work. Let's take a look at this one. So this is the Air Boss. Yeah, that's not a bad bag. That's got some upstanding qualities to it. Of course, we'd want to have it all in black, right? I mean, I don't know if I'd want to have a red bag like that, but that's nice stuff. And that was from Carlos. Carlos, nice suggestion, dude. Nice suggestion. Yes, black with red stitching. Think about it. How cool that would actually look. And I'm not talking bright red. I'm talking deep oxblood red. That would be the best. Thoughts on Thursday boots? It's okay, Jason. You can come late to the party. Yes, earlier we talked about Thursdays, and there was one I pointed out to President that we will be reviewing next year. Well, next year is what? 29 days away, 28 days, 30 days away. But next year we'll be doing the Thursday boot reviews. And the Wilcox boot review too. So they'll all be coming up. So for the Facebook friends that are watching, if you want to know the questions that are being asked and you want to read them in that chat, it's going on YouTube right now. I'm streaming both services at one time. I am really chewing up RAM on my computer. I'm glad it's a video editing computer. REI. Carlos, I've never seen those in REI, but you know what? It's been a while since I've been in an REI. At least a year since the last time we were out at an REI. But thanks for that. Thanks for the head up. Mike, favorite boot of all time. Woo! And that's one of the toughest questions. That's like asking, who's the best kisser, or what was your, who was your favorite girlfriend when you were in high school, or something like that. I don't know. What is my favorite boot of all time? How about you let me get through a few questions and I'll get to answering that one. That's going to take some scratching of the old brain power there to figure out that one. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Have I seen that Danner and Filson got together to build hunting boots called the Filson X? I have not seen that Danner and Filson have got together to build hunting boots. That actually sounds interesting. Wow. What would Danner and Filson do with a hunting boot that hasn't been done before? What possibly? Wax cotton on the side of leather? I think we need to find out. Let's go. Let's see, Danner and Filson. Let's all take a look at what Danner and Filson has done for a hunting boot. Danner and Filson. So the other thing too for the Facebook people, I just want to say this. Facebook doesn't get to see the split screen. On YouTube, you can see the split screen. So when we load stuff up, you can see what people on YouTube are seeing. I can't get both services to do the split screen for me. I can only get YouTube to work properly. Boot guy's favorite boot. Yeah, I'm working on that one, guys. I'm still trying to figure out what's my favorite boot of all, what's my personal favorite boot of all time. Oh, here it is. Check this out. Bingo. No, nothing from Brahma. Oh man, there's nothing like standing around in the Walmart watching guys buy boots and wanting to put your arm around them and say, "Brother, let me take you to the better boots." All right, so Filson and Danner. I'm sorry, I am just waiting for this internet to work. I should probably shut down a few of these other windows I'm not working in. Okay. Come on, baby. Come on. The old internet's got to work. Nothing says quality like Brahma. Man, have you nailed that one. What beanie do I recommend for the city of New York in the wintertime? I don't know. Jose, so has New York's winters been as light? I mean, outside, what was it, 14 that you guys had the blizzard hit? Was that when that big storm hit New York? Was it 14? You guys got all that snow? I know it flooded in 13 or 14, but you guys had a big blizzard come through. Beanies, as I said last time we did one of these live streams, anything from the government that is wool, from the DoD, Department of Defense, the black wool beanie, that is an awesome beanie. Okay. Guys, let's look at the Filson and Danner boot. $390. What do we see by looking at this thing? We see that it is a quarry upper. I'm not going to read nothing. I'm just looking at this. It's a quarry upper. It's a lace to toe, typical quarry. It almost looks like a Danner light if we chopped it down here, because you got that same Vibram sole. Oh no, it's a different Vibram sole. It's that real sticky rubber Vibram sole. What do we call this sole? I completely forgot the name on this. They're not giving it a name. There's a name for this Vibram sole. There truly is. Not a lot of stock left. I am SOL. If I'm going to order a pair, it looks like the 12s are all gone. I could probably squeeze into a 13. But let's see the lifestyle image. Of course, wax cloth, pants, the water just beating off there as they're sitting there spraying the model with water in order to get that image to look right. A side-by-side, okay? Not an over-under, but a side-by-side. Yeah, they're nice looking boots. They truly are. And that is a good, stylish looking boot. It's got that beautiful Gore-Tex liner that I love, though. And I love that liner. That's all my favorite Danners all come with that liner inside. That is like a sign of quality. Okay, so $390. I think it's worth it. Canadian Goose beanie is great if you 47 now in New York. Okay, so that's nice. Thank you, Frank. You're right. So Filson and Danner got together and made a hunting boot, and it's pretty damn nice. Pretty damn nice. All right, favorite boot of all time. Such a tough question, that whole favorite boot of all time question. I don't even know where to think about starting with that. This is going to sound silly, but I had an old pair of Thorogood tactical boots for about 9 years that were my main fishing boots. I think I talked about them early on in one of my first videos, and I no longer own those. They really needed to. Even when I talked about them in that video, they needed to go. They should have been like handed down or put into the Salvation Army box or the Goodwill box a long time ago. I mean, I wore the crap out of those things. The soles were pretty much gone. But they were my favorite boots for a really long time. They were really good for hiking. They were really great for fishing, for trying to get to hard to get places and walking through mud and whatnot. They were a really great boot. And I'm not going to say it's my favorite boot of all time, but that was a good boot. I wear so many. It's just a really tough question. That is a really tough question. All right, on to more questions. Let's see, where are we? Facebook people. Like I said, guys, if you're watching on Facebook and you want to see the questions, come on over to YouTube. You can see the questions. You can see the split screen. Did I miss anybody up here? Let's see. Let's go down. Is that the kettle lifter, Saul? It definitely looks like it. You know, what's funny is when you scroll down to the bottom of the Filson page and the Robert boot comes up, their Upland boot comes up. This is a great boot. I don't know if, I guess if you don't check out like bird hunting boots, this Upland boot is a really great boot. It's expensive as crap at $375. I mean, you can sometimes get it on sale, but this is a really, really comfortable, well-made, lifelong boot. I mean, especially if you're going to use it for its intended purpose. If you're going to use this for upland bird hunting, this Vibram sole, the way they stitch down the front, and just the whole mock toe, how comfortable it is when this boot spreads out. This thing is a really comfortable boot. And of course, they call it a everyday work boot, but it is truly a hunting boot. All right, so questions, anybody? I can get to drink some coffee now. I finished all my eggnog. All right, what are we going on? We're going on 56 minutes. Oh, I didn't realize that I could type. I could say something in here too. Huh. But I guess you guys are hearing me say something, so you don't need me to type anything. That would really be silly. I have not tried those jump boots. I had a lot of jump boots that came out of the recycled bin of the Army Navy surplus growing up. So no, I have not. Danner stores in Chicago, you will find the best selection of Danner boots at, I have their card sitting around here somewhere, but we will just pull up the website. Because if you've never heard of Mild Blend, you've heard of them, you will hear of them now during this. I'm really impressed with the amount of Danner, not so much work Danner and Quarry, Power Foreman, and stuff like that, but Danner as in Danner Lights, Mountain Dews, the all black one, I forgot what the name was that James Bond wore. Whatever, that was so like sought after that everybody had to get their hands on because he wore it in that movie. But so what's your, you know what, I actually don't have I like dark coffees. I can tell you that much. I don't have a favorite type of coffee that I go for. So Danner Store, Chicago, here we go. This is Mild Blend Supply. They have a wonderful, they have a lot of cool clothes, a lot of Filson, a lot of 3.6, Ironheart, and stuff like that. A lot of nice stuff. But let's see. You can look at their brands and everything they sell. Where it all boils down to is their boot section. The amount, so they have Alden for one, okay? They have the Indy boot. And Blunderstone. 1849, Danner, Chippewa. I mean, the shop has got everything. And, excuse me, it's not like one of those shops where you don't get a really good selection. I mean, they have it all there. They have like 3 good racks of boots. Irish Setter and Heritage boots also. And all the Thorogood stuff. I mean, they are just a really awesome shop. And as you can see, they have the ladies. But during the summertime, I posted a photo of this boot right here because it was It was absolutely beautiful. The Dodgeville and Sunflower, what a great boot. It was such a beautiful boot, such a beautiful color. I don't know if I could see myself wearing a pair of these though. You know, they are beautiful. They truly are. Last one size. As you can see what they got left. Last 11 and a half, last 7. But go back to the top. Mild Blend Supply Company. Such beautiful stuff. Let's see. Okay. Sorry to go back to the questions. Mike, we talked about coffee. I don't have a favorite brand of coffee, but I do like dark. I love a French roast coffee. And I like dark coffee. Even though I put cream in it, I still like a very flavorful, bold coffee. Monkey boots 2 years ago. Never tried them on. I have not tried on the 8815 at all, ever. I've seen them, but I have not tried them on. We have a really nice Redwing shop here in Chicago, and they have them on the shelf. Have not tried them on. Have I ever heard of JK Boots? I got a custom pair made. Very, very good customer service when I called. Did you get the loggers from JK Mark? No. Let me look up, let me look this JK Boots up really quick. Sorry to... I'm interested in anything that's custom all the time. Oh, this is cool. So I feel like I've been to this site before. Only because of this logo. The new build on this, I don't remember seeing this. Okay, yeah, I have been here before. I have seen these boots before, Upland firefighting boots. These are pretty damn nice boots. That's a pretty damn great photograph too. I have to say that sometimes when photographs are that good that they actually, you know, ring home. Okay. Mark, thanks for the heads up on that. I will investigate them a lot more. So fed in speed, Redwing laces seem to be slippery. What replacement would you recommend? Redwing work laces are exceptionally slippery. For some reason, they feel to use a certain type of Tazlon in making their lace, and it just kind of slides all over the place. When I'm replacing laces, I use paracord. So I just like the way paracord ties. I like how it holds a double knot, and I always got some paracord. Yeah, I bet they do tarnish beautifully. I know we're talking about the sunflower boot. Any thoughts on a leather jacket review? Hard to find leather quality outerwear. I haven't owned a leather jacket in so many years. I wouldn't know where to begin, just to be completely honest. Though I'm followed by, and I follow some Carbon to Cobalt or Cobalt to Carbon. It's a men's clothing company that's basically a catalog house. They have a beautiful 3/4 leather jacket that I would love to own, but I just can't see myself ever really wearing anything like that. But if I should buy it, I will do a review on it. Trust me. I mean, because I will be looking that thing over if I'm going to invest $600 or $700 into a leather jacket. I don't know who Peter Lemur is and his hiking boots. You've had a pair for 20 years. Wow, Carlos, that's a long time to have a pair of hiking boots. They must be awesome boots. We should look that guy up, shouldn't we? Wow, you guys are just sending me all kinds of great places to be looking up. Thank you. JK, the Red Ox Bag Company. Good job, guys. Thank you so much. The Filson Danner mix. Great job. So Peter Lieber. Let's look at Peter Lieber's boots. The Redwing says to use their leather protection spray. What's this? Todd says. Is it worth it on the copper rough out leather? Todd, that's a good question. What they're telling you to spray on the boots, and it's not that it attracts the dust. Like even mink oil attracts dust. It all attracts dust. It gives it a surface for it to stick on. That's what that leather protection does. And I don't really like the fact that I'm not going to say that I like leather to be a little on the waxy side, so it has a nice sheen to it, so it doesn't attract the dust. But I think it all attracts the dust at some point. As a protection spray, yeah, I mean, every little bit you can put into your investment is going to be okay. Now, is it worth the price? I don't know. I mean, I know the leather protection spray, isn't it at like $14.95 a can or $17.95 a can? Oh wow! Check out this site. So this is these are the boots that. Hold on, I'll go back up. I'm losing my place in here. That Carlos Flores has said he has a pair of these hiking boots for 20 years. And this site is just, are we going to look at vintage? Sorry, guys. No flash plain. Oh, that stinks. That stinks that he would keep his stuff in flash. Oh, wow. Look at all this old. So are we someday going to look at old websites like this and be like, oh, wow, look how cool those old websites are. So I guess I'll take a look at that site and see what I can investigate on it. Wow, 20 years with a pair of hiking boots. That is outstanding, man. That truly is outstanding. All right, I'm still kicking up a good CPU speed. It's not bogging down nowhere. And Facebook is still going strong. All right, so we got an hour and 7 minutes live so far. Cool. I'm glad you're rocking the boot guy hat. Thanks a lot for picking up a hat from me. Yeah, when you guys buy those hats, that's going to really help me in the next coming year keep this thing going and allow me to get out of this space I'm in and get out there and start shooting some videos out and about. PL boots? I have not heard of PL boots. And I wish I could remember the guy who contacted me a week ago with his laces, telling me he wanted to set it up where we could do a giveaway for his lace company. See if I can pull up the email real fast here. And everybody who sent me an email today, I'll try to get to them by the end of the weekend, like Sunday or something. I'm sorry for the delay, but I've been getting so much email in, and all your questions are like valid questions, and I just can't seem to answer them and really give you guys a good answer. Like, I just want to give you a half-ass answer. I want to give you something that makes a lot of sense. Shit, it's like I gotta go through a week of emails, and I'm just no. Here we go. Iron laces. All right, that was pretty quick. I'm glad I got right there. Okay. Peter Lemur. All right, so this is the company that I'm trying to work out a giveaway with, this Iron Lace company. Supposedly they have the strongest boot laces out there for tactical shoes, work boots, stuff like that. Hopefully they come through with it and I can do a giveaway in January for them. That would be awesome. Because to do a lace giveaway and then get some feedback from you guys on whether or not the lace is really held up in a work environment, that would be outstanding. See? Listen to that man. He knows what he's talking about. Pick up a hat so I can keep producing high quality content. And so I can do some better content. So I can get out of the house. You know, get out of the studio and get out there and start recording shoe factories and stuff. I'm almost out of coffee here. That's going to stink when the coffee runs out. All right, anybody got any questions? Throw them at me. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go peruse around and make sure the Facebook stream is still going strong. Okay, so could I do a review on Carhartt loggers? Do you mean logger boots or logger jeans? Which product from Carhartt are we talking about? Because I haven't done a review on Carhartt logger jeans. I own 2 pairs. I have not done a review on them, but on the Carhartt logger, let's see, I do believe I did a review on the Carhartt logger boot in the spring of 16, I think. And I realized it seems like that's a lifetime ago, and it seems like a lifetime ago for me. But I think boots, okay. So let me split this screen. An 8-inch steel toe logger. I have a review for it there. And this always makes me. Carhartt logger boot, I am really impressed because that's made by a company that's called Black Diamond. They make that for Carhartt. I am really impressed with the way and the amounts of detail that they put into it. The leather was good, the sole was good, the welting was good, the fit was good. Not as good as the Timberland. Now, if we're going to talk Chinese-made comfort logger boots, okay, we're not talking Nicks, Whites, West Coast. We're not talking. We're using logger boots. We're not talking about that. We're not talking Carolinas or anything like that. We're going to talk import logger boots. So Timberland, Carhartt, a couple of the Chippewas, and some of the Georgia. Okay, that's a very small category. The Carhartt was really, really nice. Not as comfortable as Timberland Pro, though. I will say that the Buzzsaw and Crosscut, I think, are the 2 from Timberland Pro. Much more comfortable, much better fits, better clearance in the toe, less of the classic logger feel. So if you're not a logger guy, if you don't wear logger boots, which means you don't wear Western boots, it doesn't fit your foot correctly, Carhartt and Timberland are the way to go if you need to have a full 2-inch shake, 2-inch shake, 2-inch shank, and you need to have it on a fluted platform. They have beautiful steel shanks in theirs. So, yeah, great. I mean, I gotta say, great boot. There's better boots out there, but for walking into a store and picking one up and not worrying about breaking the bank, the Carhartt boot is fine. Timberland's more comfortable, but the Carhartt boot is fine. All right, so what are the odds of some long sleeve boot guy t-shirts? Geez. Let's get to the worst boot I have ever reviewed. Man. So, just between all of us, there are some boots that have been sent my way that I have not reviewed. That once I opened them up and I looked at them, I was like, what is this shit? What is this? I am not even wasting my time or any memory card, time on this crap. So not the worst review, but the oddest review we can say were definitely the elevator shoes. And I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. The shoes were phenomenal quality, but man, that was something I shouldn't have done. But I did it, and you know what? I was able to try some things out by doing those 2 videos for those elevator shoes. All right, so what are the odds of getting some long sleeve boot guy t-shirts? So the odds are actually really good. I have short sleeve t-shirts that I made for myself, but I guess you know what, you're right. And I thought about printing up long sleeve t-shirts, but since I do everything on this black background, and you would only see like magic hands, it would be like head and magic hands. I didn't do any long sleeves. I thought you need to see a little skin on the boot. But I should get some. The unfortunate part is I don't walk around with my own hat for some reason. I just don't do this. I think that's, I don't know. And I shouldn't I? I should be doing the self-promotion, like walking around and whatnot. But I think the beard and the extra long handlebar mustache kind of gives me away. That everybody, when they're yelling out their car window, "Hey, boot guy," that I know it's them. But yeah, I'll work on getting some long sleeve t-shirts. I'll call up my printer. I'd really like to know who would want one. That would help out, so I wouldn't just be printing all the wrong sizes. I mean, I wear a large or an extra large. I'd probably wear an extra large in the long sleeve, so if I knew somebody else wanted some, I could do that. We did the worst boot. All right, questions? Anybody? I'm really happy to see these streams are going strong. Is there any stuttering or backlog for anybody out there? Extra large? Okay. Let us know. I'd buy one. Okay, so Cubs or White Sox. I don't watch professional baseball. I don't watch anything professional. I love softball. I love playing baseball. I love playing sports. I really do. I mean, nothing is better than, let's just say, two-hand touch football in the winter season. There's, playing with friends. There's nothing better than that. Playing softball in the summertime, seeing how many beers you can drink and still swing the bat and maybe get on base. Yes, tons of fun. But as watching professionals play sports, I just don't have the time to do it. I don't have the brain power to give over to it. Thanks. Audio is fine. Video is spotty. Okay, thanks, Frank. But being a Northsider, you would typically think that I would be a Cubs fan, but I actually had a really good friend of mine that was a Sox fan many years ago, and the year before and the year leading up to the Sox winning the World Series, I watched every single home game with him, and I guess you could say that I became a Sox fan. I mean, I was really rooting for the team. It's probably the only time in my life that I can say that I stopped being a real Northsider. I'm with you, Mark. Bowling is fun. It's stuttery. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, there's really nothing I can do about, I don't know what else I can do about the video for next time. I don't understand how some of these guys are streaming and it's so crystal clear. I just don't get it, but maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I need to call Comcast and get a faster, some more power coming at it. Southside Cubs fan. Yeah, okay. I mean, there's a lot of it. I mean, the one thing about being a Cubs fan in Chicago is that when you come to watch a game and you leave the game, there's a lot of stuff to do there. I mean, you don't have to leave Clark Street after you're done watching a game. You can get out and It's not even drinking anymore. I mean, there's just tons of places to eat. So, yeah, last live stream I can imagine as being better because I wasn't streaming Facebook at the same time. I mean, since I'm streaming both services, and I really, Facebook seems to be a little bit closer in timing, and I'm looking at the numbers on it, and it seems to be a better power on the stream. Yeah, they have insanely fast internet that's being provided by Google because they've got how many million subscribers, right? So maybe someday I'll have more subscribers and I'll be able to get Google to opt for me to have some Google fiber coming through. That would be ideal and nice. Okay. Okay. So I guess I guess I'm gonna work on some long sleeve shirts because yeah, I'll do that. I get some. It's gonna have to be black T-shirts. I mean, is everybody okay with black T-shirts? I mean, I really don't want to print up any colors because black is so slimming as you're covering up your man body, right? I am familiar with the boot grease. It was a product from a while ago that I worked at a place and we sold that for a while, and I had a can for. I used to put that on a pair of Irish setters that I owned for hunting. I don't know if anybody else is familiar with it. We can make them familiar with it. That's for sure, if we can get the internet to load up. I guess that insanely fast internet would help out with a lot. But I think I should show you guys this one. Or sorry. I have some new shoe care product coming, and now I have to remember who it's coming from. I've had a long day. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Buzz. Okay. Yes. I did spend many a days at the alley and just the whole area. Now, Frank, have you been down by that old area lately and seen what has become of the alley and just the whole, wow. That area, that Clark and Belmont area, completely changed. I mean, I can't believe just how much that area has changed. And it's funny is, you know, even though I'm from the city and I'm always in the city, I don't go past there enough to, oh, hold on. I'm looking for a shoe care company, and I just got a wine company. Not what I want. Buzz shoe care. Dun, 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 dun. Huh. This stream is like watching an old Godzilla movie. You know what? If it's that bad, I am really, really sorry about that. But I mean, it's completely out of my control. I mean, there's just nothing I can do. I mean, outside of stopping and just letting you guys watch it happen, or actually recording a video and not having any contact with you as this is happening. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to split the screen. So I have a new shoe care product coming from this company, Moo Buzz. It's all natural. It's supposed to be some great waterproofing stuff. So when it gets here, I'm definitely going to check it out, and we're going to do a demo video on it because it's made by a local artisan in Madison, Wisconsin. She's also a shoemaker and a shoe repair service, and it's just, why not, right? So that's on the way. All right, boot questions. Throw them at me. Should we let everything kind of catch up or speed up? Should I let you guys work out some boot questions? I'm going to go pour myself a cup of coffee. I will be back in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Boom. All right, BC Gaming, go ahead. Ask away, dude. Just ask your questions, please. Don't worry about it. You don't have to ask permission. We're all grown-ups here. We're all men. What pair of boots? Uh-oh. Hey, Mike, you just got your question restricted, dude. What's up? What's going on with that? I just poured a bunch of coffee on my keyboard, but it's all right. I got it. Okay, now let's go back up. Armstrong's on, yeah, Armstrong's all natural on your 4200s. Hell yeah. It's gonna darken it, man. It's not gonna be too much, but it's gonna darken them. It's not gonna be that bad. So yeah, definitely I want to tour Redwing and Thorogood facilities in the coming year. That's definitely on my list of things to do. I know I should have whistled the Andy Griffith theme song or had something here playing so you guys would be, you would know I'd be coming back. What pair of boots would I, what is a pair of boots for an outdoorsman? What do we mean by outdoorsman? What's your, BC Games, what's your definition of an outdoorsman? I think most of us here are outdoorsmen, but what's your definition there? I'm drinking a French roast. Nothing major. Typo on your end. Okay. Behind the black curtain is a bisque green refrigerator from the early 60s. Nice. Ah, boy. Okay. So, you guys can help me out with this one too. I mean, he's got a question about what's the best outdoors boot for an outdoorsman. I wear the Danner Mountain Lights 2s as my main outdoor boot now. But I've just recently started wearing an Altai a newer company for tactical boots, but they make a great hunting boot, and they're turning out to be great boots. We'll know in another couple weeks. For someone in the woods for a long period of time. Okay, well that's very specific, and that's a really good question, because if somebody's in the woods for deer hunting season, which is now, it's going to be cold if you're in the Midwest. I mean, if you're somewhere else, I mean, I guess if you're in the woods in Louisiana, it's not going to be as cold as here in the Midwest, but at night it gets cold. Yeah, I love my Danners. Prior to that, I would use wing shooters for being out in the woods for really long periods of time. It's a really tough question, because as most of us become more familiar with boots that work for us and boots that don't work for us, I got a lot of guys that are wearing moccasins, a beard, and buckskin pants. I got a lot of guys that are wearing the lacrosse neoprenes with the rubber toes, the pull-on boots, but are now considered like hunting boots for like duck hunting and deer hunting, and just they carry no odor and stuff like that. Wow, coffee's so great when it's hot. I mean, it's awesome when it's cold, but it's better when it's hot. Yeah, it depends on a bunch of other factors. I mean, if you're duck hunting, you need a different type of boot. If you're deer hunting, you need a different type of boot. If you're bird hunting, turkey hunting, bow hunting, if you're just walking trails, taking beautiful pictures of waterfalls, you need hiking boots. If you're a guide and you're guiding, people around, your boot is going to be completely different from what your people you're guiding through your park or your service are going to be using. So it's a pretty general question on what is good. I mean, it's kind of something you have to develop for yourself of what works and doesn't work. I'm glad you like the Carhartt videos. I'm trying to make them as informative as I possibly can, because Carhartt is a brand that I love, and it's merchandise that I love, and it's clothing that I wear every single day. And I don't feel there's enough people who talk good about it or point out the finer details of the brand and the stuff that they make. Because there is a lot of detail that goes into that stuff. So, BC Games, what do you wear? I mean, I might understand BC is for British Columbia. I have not seen that film, and that is something that I'm kicking myself in the ass for not seeing, because it was just on HBO for all summer, and I didn't watch it. I didn't go see it in the theater. Oh my God. Fur trappers. Yeah, exactly. It's finding your favorite coffee or your favorite wine, your favorite scotch. You know, there is no quintessential perfect boot that I can say that, yeah, this is the one you should have on your foot. This is the one that's going to be perfect for you. I have very warm feet. I don't need insulated boots. I wear wool socks and polypropylene liners at 0. Okay, so it doesn't mean British Columbia that you're a hunter. Okay, I'm sorry then, you know. I thought you were part of a gaming service. Gaming mean wildlife gaming, like elk hunter or, you know, moose hunter or something like that. Baja California. Oh, geez. That is one place that I want to fish is Baja. Here's that. Here's to you for mentioning that, Mike. That and watch the races. What do you guys think of that? This is going to be my next review that I'm doing. Not a bad looking boot, is it? It's got a lot of good detailing. BC actually stands for, oh, before comedy. Okay. Gotcha. Before comedy. The cold is coming next week. We'll keep rocking the Carhartts on. I should do a video on proper boot fit. Do I prefer American-made boots? That's a really good question. Personally, yes, I prefer American-made boots. Do I think that it's necessary for you to only put your money into American-made boots? That's for people to really make that decision. American-made boots are always going to cost more, and I do believe if you have a family to support and you have school to pay for and you have all that stuff that comes along with being a family man to pay for, you should be putting your money where it's most important. If your channel's not growing, you just need to do more content, man. Just keep throwing that content out there. Yeah, Baja fishing California is something I hear about from everybody. That's good eat. There's something about that coastal fishing right there, what they pull out of there and what you cook on the beach. Whew, man, I guess you got to enjoy fish, which I do. So I enjoy grilling fish. So. It is a nice boot. It's Kodiak. Uh-oh. I'm getting messages. Ha. So, since he's not on the live stream, I just got a message from somebody from Carhartt telling me, you know, cool. What was it? Where were we at? Oh, we're still doing, Facebook is still going strong. That's really cool. This is a really good test. The streaming seems to be nice and strong there. Is there a place for questions to come? I don't see anything. But I see questions are happening here. Yeah, the Solomon's a very good boot too. That's a very good boot. All right, so as long as you can wear cheap boots and you have feet of steel, that's funny. Okay, so I can see it. I can see that that's a joke and you got a comedy channel. Okay. So all right, so I got 9:36 here in Chicago. Questions, guys? Anything? If not, we're going to go for another 20 minutes. And I'm going to make sure that all these numbers are going good. All right, so I got a question for you guys out there. If I was to do bi-weekly live stream, would that be good? Weekly live stream, or like it is once a month now, so every 4th week do a live stream. I see a lot of other YouTubers do. I hate that word. Oh, I can't believe I just used that, but I hate that word. I see a lot of other creators. Are doing a weekly live stream. I don't know if I have the content to put together a live stream for every week. I don't know if I've got enough of you guys to come up with questions, if there's that many questions that need answers in the world to come up with a live stream that would warrant a weekly or as fast as a bi-weekly. Jim Rockford has just congratulated me on the growth of my channel for it growing quickly. Thank you, Jim. Whiskey or beer? That's a really good question. Which one do I prefer? Okay, I will prefer whiskey. I will take whiskey over beer any day if put before me. If you put one, I say pick your poison, I will take the whiskey. But I am not a stranger to drinking beer. I will not turn down beer if whiskey is not available. And I have a couple favorites, but still my ultimate all-time favorite beer is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Classic Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Still my favorite one. Could you get a pair of Soviet Army boots and see what is bad and what is good about them? Yeah, I mean, Soviet Army boots are pretty easily obtainable. If I'm not mistaken, I should be able to pick up a pair of those at my local Army-Navy surplus. I think it's something I can get there. I think that would be pretty interesting. Fall right into a whole political spectrum, wouldn't it? So Jim, I think the only reason the channel has grown so quickly is because I try to put out a lot of content every week. And that's about it. There will be more how-to videos as the year progresses. So I'll have more videos about how to clean your boots, how to take care of your boots, how to do other things like that. Hey, I'm in the Midway area and I want to buy a couple of pair of new boots. Where are you? We all know you sell. Where do we go to purchase from? Come clear and fess up. You can't come see me anytime soon. If you're a size 12, I can make your dreams come true because all of my sample sizes are size 12s. I could definitely do that for you. If you're interested, Gary. Now, since you're by Midway, why are you not going out to Blue Collar? I mean, that's right out by you. Mike, I'm with you. I know if you're in Southern California, I know you can get out there and get it closer. Plus, you probably get first crack at all of their, oh man, their small batch brews. Which the Bigfoot, I believe, is one that I've had in the last 3 or 4 years. That was just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah, I'm with you. I think monthly works well. I've been doing one live stream on Facebook a week, just kind of as I'm doing other stuff. Just trying to get the handle on Facebook because Facebook Live is... I don't understand how silly little girls can sit on camera on Facebook Live and have like 30,000 views of people watching that. I mean, are we that sick and twisted of a society? And other people who are just spreading other hatred have got hundreds of thousands of views. I don't get that. But I guess maybe when you do something that's that detestable, people just want to watch. One hour and 45 minutes. That's good. And the CPU is still running strong. And says 0 frame drops. Okay. Carhartt jeans are good jeans. They are made exceptionally well. They do not fit my man body. I have not been able to wear Carhartt jeans since I was younger, since they started making the old, what the number was that? B151, I think was their first number for 5-pocket jeans. No, I have not reviewed the Danner Tenacious yet, but I am going to get to it because I really like that boot. Like everything that Danner makes. I love all the Danner boots. I worked retail for a large section of my life on and off part-time, but I've spent a lot of time in manufacturing and designing of soft goods also. Hence why I'm so passionate about the way things are made, because I had to sit there and design and build things and do it wrong the first time and go back and redesign it. And so I'm really, really passionate about the way things are made. Plus, I enjoyed working retail. I enjoy talking to people all day long. The reason I know a lot about boots is because I worked in a boot store for many years as a younger man, in between being a cabinet maker and working 2 full-time jobs to keep food on the table and whatnot, one in retail and one as a cabinet maker. I got a lot of inside information to things. And you know, when you're passionate about one thing, your passion usually carries through to something else. So that's why this works so well now, is because, you know, that passion hasn't died. You know, it didn't get crushed. Mike, no, I have never thought about making or selling boot care products because my chemistry is not that good. I mean, I understand a lot of the chemistry that goes into the food science behind building boot care products, which is basically it boils down to the food science. But it's not there. It's not well enough to say that I could do something that nobody else is doing. I could definitely make a mediocre shoe care product and slap a really fancy label on it, and that's about it. But to do something that of quality that would actually have some merit and some withstand, no. No, I actually put cream in my coffee. I'm not drinking black coffee. If it's delicious coffee, I drink black, but right now there's cream in my coffee. I do love the Baileys. Man, do I love the Baileys. And straight whiskey in the coffee, too. Let's see, where was that? The Tenacious boot. 3 Floyds, Alpha King, definitely. Gumball Head, definitely. I've been to 3 Floyds. I've actually done the bike ride from Chicago to 3 Floyds. Why is it so laggy? Because I'm streaming 2 different services at one time. You know what? Let's see if it picks up. Facebook friends, thanks a lot for watching. Hour, 15 minutes. I'm going to let you guys go to see if I can give some power over to YouTube. And boom. Okay. So now I want to know if it's still laggy. That would be great to know. Oh, looks like I'm getting a huge amount of CPU back because now I'm not streaming both at one time. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so that's a really good one. Getting some more Rockies to review. Yes, definitely. This year there'll be Rocky is going to make a presence on my channel. Rocky is something that I have a contact at Rocky now, so that's going to be on there. Lacrosse is also. There'll be more Danner. Hopefully there'll be a couple more of the custom Nix boots coming through, because those are really nice boots, and I'd like to show off more of them. Okay, guys, asking you a question right now. I know it's going to still be laggy. How is it? Is it better? Would I ever consider reviewing a pair of moccasins? Depends on the moccasin. Depends on the leather. If it's the moccasins like my niece wears and my wife wears, I don't think and they're like a certain brand, I don't think that I would do that. But moccasins as in handmade, say by a tribe, yeah, I would do that. It still is, but it went from 1 frame per minute to 1 frame per 10 seconds. Okay, that's better. The audio is good, but the frames are picking up. Okay. I've got a lot of CPU speed going on. Consider turning down the video so it can drop frames. Consider turning down the video. Okay. So I guess it boils down to I cannot run both video services at one time unless I'm going to use a phone, right? To stream Facebook, I can't do it from the computer. I own the Allen Edmonds Chelsea boot, and it's not really my style, but they are damn beautiful. My God, they're outstanding, the quality in them. I mean, they might be a little lopsided in places, but that leather is, wow. That leather is beautiful stuff. Pete says my video looks good. No lag at all. Okay. So that's a second request. Yes, I will be reviewing the Danner Tenacious very soon. I'm running an i7 and at 12 gigs of RAM. It's not like watching The Matrix anymore. That's funny. Yeah. Unfortunately, the i7 chip, and even with 12 gigs of RAM, is not It's not the answer. It's got to be something else. I just think I need more outflow from Comcast. Text is frozen. What size boot am I? I'm a size 12, and if you're interested, you can go on eBay. Well, I don't put all my samples out there, but I put a lot of my samples out on eBay for sale. Dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. What's your style of boot? Western. Pull-on boots. And so Western boots, pull-on boots. I mean, Western boots are, pointed toe. I love them. I can't deny it. But Western riding boots, so square toe. Love that stuff. And then lineman's boots and hunting boots. Do you keep and wear all the boots you review? I keep and wear the ones that I want to keep and wear, and everything else I drop on eBay, or those who are close to me that are in my circle have first crack at whatever comes in if they want to buy them, or if they know somebody on the job site that needs new boots. That's a size 12. So that's what happens with all those. But I try to get most of them on eBay, because by now, over 2 years of doing, almost 2 years of doing this, everybody around me is pretty well, all the guys working around me, all in size 12 have boots. Yeah, it's the internet connection. I know that. I can see from the CPU rate that it's not the computer, it's the actual internet connection. Oh, eBay name. Guess. This is going to be a tough one. The boot guy. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the boot guy on eBay too. I made it real easy. Yeah, that Danner Mountain Light, that's coming next year. I got a whole thing listed for Danner for next year. I got to get through all of these ones that I have like this though. I got to get through this stuff because I have several beautiful, look at that cat hair flying around. I have several beautiful boots from Kodiak that I have not done that have been just kind of hanging on there. So you know what? I haven't, Todd. That's a great question. I haven't had time to go back and do like follow-up reviews and sit down and talk to anybody about it. I mean, putting together a review in general is a big undertaking. Just the whole process behind it. I mean, I know it seems that you watch it for 6.5 to 8 minutes. It's like, oh, it's done and it's over with, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time that goes into it. It's not work. It's not as we consider work as this hard, heavy work, but it's a lot of time that goes into it and setting things up and waiting for things to happen and whatnot. But going back and reviewing boots once they've been worn, especially not by me, by somebody else where I can gauge their opinion and their ideas from it, I have not done that yet. And most of the guys in my circle of friends and just the world around of the working guys that I know, they all wear the same 4 boots. So that'd be 4 videos: Boondockers, Thorogood wedge soles, Danner quarries, and rubber pull-on boots, muck boots. So hey, Peter, do I have any Redwings? I don't have any Redwings laying around right now. Oh, and we're the same size, I believe, Pete. I think you would love this boot, man. Have you used the Thursday boots? I haven't done so. The BC Gaming. I haven't used Thursdays. I got Thursdays coming in 2018. Golden Fox are Thorogood. Oh, man, come on. It's going to be Thorogood all day long. I can't hop in my car and drive to Golden Fox in 4 hours. You probably can since they're in California and you're in California. But I can drive to Thorogood in 4.5 hours. I can be at Thorogood's door walking through the plant. So it's Wisconsin. Great place. It's always going to be Thorogood, man. It's a Midwest thing. That's what it is. I can tell, you know what, going back to Todd's question about reviewing boots like that, I do hear a lot of the complaints because you guys email me your complaints all day long about boots. And so just based off the emails alone, I could give a full synopsis on what's bad and what's good. But I still take that with a grain of salt because everybody who has a problem, there's going to be 1,000 other pairs that were made that nobody has a problem with. BC Gaming brings up a really good point. It takes a long time to tell what is really good or bad about a boot, and it's going to take more than one opinion. And that's kind of the problem that I see with a lot of people who do boot reviews on boots, that I know how they're constructed, and I know how they perform, and I know the materials that go in there, and they're saying all these horrible things about it. And I got to remind myself that they're saying horrible things. They've only owned one pair. They've only seen one pair. You know, when it comes to boots, sometimes you could say that I've seen hundreds of pairs of a single style of boot. And we can take the Thorogood 814-4200 just as an example. I have probably seen, well, look at Mike's 50 minutes from Golden Fox. I have probably seen over, I don't know, 500 pairs of that boot in various sizes over the last 25 years. And I've seen so many of those boots in different makes. You got to remember that Thorogood makes that boot for Farm and Fleet, and they also make that boot for Duluth Trader. So Pete's bought the boots off eBay. Yeah, I got a lot to look forward to in 2018. A lot more videos, a lot more demonstrations. A lot better videos too. I mean, I realized that the quality, if you guys watched from my first videos to my videos that I put out now, the quality has greatly grown, but they're going to be much better. Much better. Okay, so what do I think about synthetic or vegan boots? Do you think leather is essential for making a good, stylish, comfortable boot? No, I don't think that leather is essential for making boots at all. I think that some of the newer materials are outstanding and amazing. And as long as they're backed and sealed and treated and you add in some of those new materials, I mean, if you've watched any of my videos and there's newer materials, I always talk about how impressed I am with the newer materials, because when it comes to newer materials, there's chemistry involved, there's science involved, there's engineering involved. When it comes to leather boots, that's really nothing more than heart and soul involved. I mean, you got to feed the animal, you got to get the leather just right, and there's a process involved in that. But when it comes to chemistry, that's a lot of people putting a lot of know-how together in order to build that boot. So it's not vegan boots or synthetic boots. It's more about just building the best possible pair of footwear you can. That's a perfectly great example. What works for somebody doesn't work for somebody else, and that's why I try never to review a boot based on a personal like or dislike. I try to tell you guys what's exactly great about the boot and what you need to look at if you're picking a pair up. Not that you should be looking at boots as this is going to be your end-all pair of boots, but there's a lot of good detail that goes into every single pair. And some boots just fit and feel phenomenal out of the box. And when they fit and feel phenomenal out of the box, I'm always shocked. Because I have had my feet in some horrible fitting boots over the last 2 years. Stuff that just should not be on the market. Nobody should even sell these things to people. And then I see guys buying them to work, and I see guys buying boots to go hiking. It's like, why are you doing that to yourself? Oh man, I broke the 2-hour mark. Look at that. 2-hour live stream. Take that, who's ever else is live streaming. I'm not even playing a video game. I don't know how those guys do the streaming video game stuff. 5-hour streams of 4 guys playing video games. Man, that's willpower right there. All right, gents. Let's call it a night. Anybody got any last minute questions they want to throw out there real quick? Those Altai boots are holding up phenomenally. I haven't done anything in them that would say otherwise yet, outside of a real swamp testing, a real hiking in them, and actually putting about 50, no, more than that now. I probably got just under like 60 miles of walking around in them. I'm really impressed with those. I really like those boots a lot. Really impressed with that material. Basic saddle soap. It's saddle soap. I mean, if you wanted to get really fancy for saddle soap, Brooks saddle soap, the same stuff to use on the seats for bicycles, is the absolute best saddle soap there is. It's expensive, but Kiwi saddle soap that you'll pick up, or any saddle soap from, try 24 hours. You're absolutely right. I don't think I could talk for 24 hours. I know the gamers are doing 24-hour streams. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I would go nuts. I got other things that I want to do. Not that I don't want to talk to you guys, but I got other things that I want to do, like go get a beer, go get a burger, order a pizza, get out of the house, go stand outside, get some vitamin D, So back to saddle soap. Yeah, Kiwi saddle soap is fine. It's all the same chemical compound. Thanks, dude. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Best boots for under $100. Oh man. I mean, come on. The best boots for under $100 are boots that are on the clearance or closeout rack. Buying regular boots at $100 price range, I mean, there's some good stuff if you're just starting working, but if you want really good boots at and below that price, look for the closeouts in your size. Look for the Timberland Pros, the Redwings, the stuff that people have worn. Yeah, Lake Geneva was 55 today, huh? You gotta love that global warming. Too bad the bass aren't biting, though. Walleye are, but I don't know, maybe you had some luck. But I know the bass are just not hitting. Don't think about it, do it. The Altai boots, don't think about it. Just buy a pair. You're going to be so happy with them. They're so nice. What is your middle finger to your ex and make them jealous boots? You know what? I really don't understand that question. Oh, 78 degrees. 78 is nice. It's a little bit too warm for me, believe it or not. I prefer colder weather. I will let you know when those long sleeve t-shirts come in. I will have I'll put it on Instagram. Anything I'm going to do new